All right, this is the third video about Tantra and becoming a better tantric lover and understander of the philosophy. And one of the concepts of it is the understanding that men's energy runs up the body, whereas women's runs the opposite, down the body. And that's why women, have so much red tape that we go through before we get a yes down here. Whereas men, because their body runs, or their energy runs up, they pretty much decide if they're a yes right away to a woman, and then they take care of the rest later. So I'm talking about being a yes to a woman sexually. So also we were talking about prostate massage and G-spot massage, which is a healing modality that's taught in Tantra and highly effective. And a little bit more about that is, gosh, there's so much to say about it. It's the only really way to reach the first chakra. And this is called base work as well, because a man's G-spot is through his back door or anus, and then women also have a lot of nerve endings there too, and it's very therapeutic to have massage in that part of the body as well, because that's the first chakra, and that's like foundational to everything, like your sense of well-being in the world, your sense of security, safety. It has to do with finances and all the basic survival skills. So when someone has this kind of healing modality done, it tends to relax those first chakra themes, so to speak, and thank God it's highly pleasurable. And it's not really talked about in American culture because it's pretty taboo to talk about that area of the body, and it's usually not acknowledged or honored, in our culture very much. But it is highly pleasurable. There's a lot of nerve endings there. And you will find that if you have that area of your body stimulated at the same time that your second chakra genitals are stimulated, you'll tend to have a much deeper, broader range, holistic orgasm, if we're going to call it that. The way I kind of have this analogy that I use with music, where your genitals are kind of like the top notes or the high notes, and the bass work through the anus is more like the low notes or the bass, which it is the base chakra, and it has a much deeper pleasure to it. It's like, a bass kind of pleasure versus a high note kind of a pleasure. So when you combine the two, it's called an integrated orgasm, and it's the best kind, in my opinion, because you're getting the whole range of notes addressed, and it just makes for a much fuller experience instead of just one or the other. And it's just a much more powerful orgasm that's more full body. And then, of course, another way to enhance your orgasm is the way you breathe. And we tend to not pay attention to the way we breathe, but it's really key if you want your body to do what you want it to do at any given time. It's a way to move your energy faster than any other method. And so if you breathe the energy up your body, especially men, and by the way, breathing is foundational to any sports, weightlifting, yoga, meditation, etc. So it is in Tantra as well. And the cool thing about it is that it becomes, you get body memory of it, of what to do when you're in those heightened situations of pleasure, and it kicks in so that it's like learning how to ride a bike. You have to think about it at first, but after a while you don't really have to think about it anymore because your body knows what to do and what works. So for men especially, if you breathe that pleasurable energy up your body, then you're going to have a more full body orgasm. Just makes sense. And what's practical about that, as a man especially, is that when you breathe that energy up, you're dispersing it. So otherwise, you're going to be building up all this energy in your genitals, which then you end up having to release it. Where if you breathe it up, it kind of disperses throughout your body and you can keep going. And that's how you last as long as you want to. And of course, you can always pause. Don't follow porn where you just never stop and you're going at it like Speedy Gonzales, you know, fast and furious. That's not really how you have to do it. That's only one version. You know, so anyway, if you pause, and it's kind of meant to be sort of like this wavelength, you know, where you heighten the energy, and then when you get to your edge, you learn how to hang out there in your pleasure zone in the edge. And then, you know, you might go into, when you feel like you're really heightened and you're going to come, if you keep moving, you can go into things like kissing or massage, or you might chat or snuggle or something. And then you can build the energy again and get up to your edge and hang out there for a while. And that's a big part of Tantra and its concepts, is learning how to hang out in your pleasure zone. Because in America, I think one of the concepts that we tend to, you know, be very result oriented, and we just go for the end result, and we, you know, the fastest way there is the best somehow we have in our mind. But then you never learn how to hang out in your enjoyment and your pleasure and prolong the experience, which really enhances the intimacy. There's nothing worse for a woman than for a man to just go at it fast and furious and be done in 2 minutes. And then, you know, there's often this feeling that she has like, oh man, I gave up my body for that, you know. It's a big decision to open one's body to someone else, especially as a woman, when you're allowing someone to come inside you and enter into your body. And then if it only lasts 2 minutes, it really is very anticlimactic. It doesn't really do anything for her. There's not enough time to enjoy it. It's just over with. So, and that doesn't give her enough time to build her energy to be able to orgasm as well, because women are slower machines. We don't come as quickly as men in general. So anyway, men, it's a very practical, wonderful technique that when you're breathing that energy up, you're getting the practical benefit of lasting longer and lasting as long as you want to. And that's really important for women, so that we can enjoy the experience with you and have it last for an hour or half an hour or whatever you choose, because 2 minutes just isn't going to really enroll her in wanting to do it again. And then you're going to also have more of a full body orgasm, because you've already breathed all that pleasure energy into your whole system. So then you're also activating your chakras on the way up, and parts of your brain that may not be lit up yet or activated yet. So that sexual energy is really powerful energy. It's more powerful than most other types. So it does have the ability to activate you, especially in your brain, because Einstein says we're only using like 10% of our brain. So, you know, sexuality, when used consciously, can literally activate you into more of a high-functioning being. And for some, it's a path to enlightenment. So if you're doing the breathing and allowing the experience to last long enough for your body to really benefit from it, then, you know, it can be pretty life-changing and very therapeutic for your whole system. And otherwise, I feel like what's going on out there a lot is what I call half-body orgasms, especially men, you know, who may be pleasuring themselves and just kind of getting to the point fast, and they're not breathing, and so they just have a half-body experience instead of bringing it into their whole body, where it's a more powerful full-body experience.